because we are checking here, we are not checking a complete subset. Here we are checking a only a here we are checking for only a single type of rice. So that's why the word weak means a single fault assumption. This type of rice is called so serial number 1 to serial number 5. Yes, understood what is weak normal equivalence class testing, students? So here I have labeled B. This bullet rice is a category E, basmati category F, and this is the other rice is category G. Is any doubt? See what I repeat once again, students, whatever the values. See here we are checking the values. These values should be from within the range only. See for bullet rice, I have given the serial number 1 to serial number 5, that is bullet rice. Serial number 6 to serial number 10, that is basmati rice. Serial number 11 to serial number 20, that is other quality of rice. If I want to check for for bullet rice, serial number 8. Serial number 8. Is it a valid value? Yes, students, is it a valid value? No, it is not a valid value because the serial number 8 is for basmati rice. Serial number 8 is for, yes, students, am I audible? Am I audible? Kids,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
but you are not sharing screen.
No. No? Now you can see? Now you can
Yes,
see?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, all of you understood what is weak normal equivalence? Yes, I'll just give the summary. In weak normal equivalence class testing, as we know in the introduction of the equivalence class testing, students, if a screen is not visible, if my voice is not audible, then tell me immediately. Yes, in the weak normal form, what we do here in the equivalence class testing, the beginning we have seen that here we do the partition. So in weak normal form also, out of those partition or out of those subset, only a single variable will be tested. Only a single variable will be tested, and that single variable should be within the limit. Suppose, for example, I have a subset 1, 2, 4. 1 to 4, the 4 are the values of my subset. And this is a subset A. For the subset A, if I take a variable 6, for subset A, if I take variable 6, is it a valid value? No, it is not a valid value because my subset contains only 1, 2, 4. So whatever the values, though we are checking a single value, that single value should be present in the subset. So in the rice example also, for bullet rice, I have given the serial number 1 to 5 for bullet rice. If I am checking a single value for bullet rice, if I take a variable 8, if I take a serial number 8, is it a valid value, students, for bullet rice? No, it is not a valid value because bullet rice serial number is from 1 to 5. The bullet rice serial number is 1 to 5. If you take 6, if you take 8, then if you take 8, then it is a serial number of basmati rice. So whatever the value, yes, if you observe the graph, you can see all the values I have taken in a valid value only. I have not taken out of range. I have not taken above. See, this is the range from this end to this end. I have not taken the range value out of the range. Yes, students, understood? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have next type. Next we have a strong normal equivalence class testing. Yes, students, in strong normal form, here also whatever the values we take, that should be under the limit only. That should be under the limit only. I write. See, serial number 1 to 5 is for what? For bullet rice, no? Serial number 6 to 10 for basmati rice. See, why I have taken this example is this, in a daily life we are seeing this now. So that's why I have opted this example. Other varieties of rice. Yes, in strong normal equivalence, in weak normal, what we were doing, we were checking only one variable, only one variety we are checking. Whereas in the case of strong normal equivalence, here we check multiple values. Here we do a multiple fault checking. Multiple fault checking we do. So that's why the name is strong normal equivalence class testing. This type of testing is based on the multiple fault assumption theory. So here we are checking multiple. Here we are checking a multiple varieties instead of. So instead of in the previous case, what we are doing, we were checking only a one value, and that should be within the range from 1 to 5. And now what we do, we check a more than one value. We check more than one value, and that more than one value also should be a within the range only. It should be from 1 to 5. Yes, students, if you observe a previous graph, see here in only one value we are checking. Next, only a single value we are checking, and the third case also a single value we are checking. Whereas here, when you take a strong normal equivalence, when you see a strong normal equivalence, here we are checking more than one variety. More than one variety we are checking, and that should be within the limit. That should be within the limit. So next we have weak, robust. What is the meaning of robust? Yes, students, what is robust? Anybody? Stronger? Robust andreno? Respond. Yes, the next type is respond, students. Yes, students, is my voice is audible? Because I have here, sometimes I'm getting a network issue. That's why I'm getting a doubt. Is my voice is audible or not? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ನನ್ನ ಸೌಂಡು?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because nobody is responding, no, I'm getting a doubt whether am I audible or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next we have weak, robust equivalence class testing. What is robust, students? What is the meaning of robust? No, robust means
Strong, ma'am. Strong.
Then why we see we are saying weak also and we are saying strong also. How? Is it confusion? Because we are saying weak and robust. Yes, here we have a next variety, weak, robust equivalence class testing. The name for this form is admittedly counterintuitive and oxymoronic, and the robust part, see here. Yes, students, here we are telling it is this type of testing is weak as well as robust. Robust means strong. How at a time how we can say it is weak also and it is strong also? Yes, at a time how we can say it is weak also and it is strong also. The robust part, yes, listen carefully. The robust part comes from considering a invalid values. Yes, here if you see the previous graphs, yes, students, if you see the previous graphs, whatever the values we were taking, that was within the range only. Yes, correct, no? Whatever the values we were taking in weak normal form, I told here I have a 20 varieties of rice, and each to check basmati, to check bullet rice, and to check other varieties of rice, the the values, for basmati rice, the range is from 6 to 10. The range is from 6 to 10. The other quality of rice, the range is from 11 to 12. If you want to do the validation, if you want to do the checking, the range is from 11 to 20 only for other quality of rice, other varieties of rice. So the whatever the values which are taking to check, that should be within the limit. That should be within the limit. Whereas in the case of a strong normal equivalence class, here we are taking more than single value. We are taking multiple values, but those multiple values should be within the range. Within the range. But in the next case, in the third form, here it also allow invalid values. Invalid values means other than the range. Other than the range. That's why here the robust part comes from consideration of invalid values. The robust part is nothing but considering the invalid values. Robust part is nothing but considering the invalid values. Invalid. So the robust part comes from consideration of invalid values, and weak part refers to the single fault assumption. And weak fault refers to the single fault assumption. Yes, students, in this type, in this weak robust equivalence class testing, we are checking the values out of the range also. We are checking the values out of the range also, or you can say we are checking the values we are also checking invalid values, and the weak means we are checking the fault only for the single value. Weak means we are checking the value for only the single value. The process is similar to the boundary value testing. Yes, what is boundary value testing, students? What is boundary value testing? What is boundary value testing? In boundary value testing, whatever the values we take, that should be within the range. Yes, previous example, bullet rice, the serial number is from 1 to 5. 1 to 5 values are for bullet rice. What is the boundary value for bullet rice? 1 to 5. So if you take 0 or if you take 6, if you take 0 or if you take 6, is it a boundary value for bullet rice? Yes, students, is it a boundary value for bullet rice? No, it is not a boundary value for bullet rice. Why? Because the assigned value for bullet rice is from 1 to 5 only. 0, I don't have any variety of rice. 6, serial number is given to the other quality of rice. Yes, is it right? 6 ಯಾವುದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ? 6. For which variety I have given 6? Basmati rice. For basmati rice, I have given the value, I have given the serial number 6 for basmati rice. So in weak robust, here we consider the in weak robust we consider the invalid values, and we check only the single fault. We check only the single fault. Here we don't check a multiple fault. Here we don't check a multiple fault. And the process is similar to that for boundary value testing. For valid inputs, use one value from each valued class. Use only one value from each valid class. See, what is a valid class for bullet rice? From 1 to 5. So use only a single value. I'll take a 3. I'll do the testing for serial number 3. See, yes, serial number 3 is within the range or not? Is it a valid value? Yes, students, is it a valid value? Yes, it is a valid value. So use one value from each valid class as in what we have called weak normal equivalence class testing. Note that each input in this test case will be valid. So each input in this test case should be valid. So it should be within the range because we are checking for a valid input. Why we are checking here for valid input? Because here in weak robust, we can also check for invalid values also. So that's why here the checking is for two cases. The checking is for two types, valid and invalid. Valid and whether it is valid or whether it is invalid, we check only a single input. We check only a single input. That is the reason why here we call as a weak equivalence class testing. Weak equivalence class testing. And it is also allowing for the invalid values. So that's why the name has come robust. That's why a robust has come. So weak robust equivalence class testing. Yes, students, I repeat, weak robust equivalence class testing means in weak means we check only a single value. Weak means we check only a single fault. Robust means it also allow a invalid values. It also allow a invalid values. So next case is for invalid input. For invalid input, a test case will have one invalid value and the remaining values will be valid. Yes, students, here as we are saying here we are checking a we check only a single value. Why we check only a single value? Because it is weak. Because it is weak. If it is weak and if you check a invalid input antandrenu, I'll take 6. Yes, 6 is invalid input, not students for bullet tries. Yes, respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 6 is a invalid input. When we are checking 6 for invalid input, so next whatever the values we check, that will be definitely a valid value. Or whatever the remaining values will be there, that will be definitely a valid values. Why? Because here we check only a single value. That checked single value is a invalid value. Means the remaining will be definitely a valid values. Yes, any confusion here, students? Any confusion here? Here we check a single value in weak class equivalence. We check only a single value. Yes, here I'll take students from third semester. I'll take 10 students from third semester, 10 students from third semester, and we can allow, and see, according to the second case, we allow a invalid value also. Invalid value means one student may come from fifth semester. Yes, students, listen carefully. Assume that I have a 10 students of third semester. 10 students of third semester, and I have here I can allow a invalid value. Invalid value means the student who is not belong to third semester. Then I'll take one student from fifth semester. Yes, I'll take one student from fifth semester. When I'm checking, means here now I have 11 students. So out of 11 students, one is an invalid value. Correct? No? Which is that invalid value? The student who has come from fifth semester. The student who has come from fifth semester, he is an invalid because he is not belonging to the third semester. But the remaining 10 students are valid values, no? The remaining 10 students are third semester students. So we can say those 10 students are valid inputs. Yes? Now you understood? Now you understood, students? Yes, if you see the graph here, if you see the graph, all the values are within the range. All the values are within the range, but some values are out of range. Yes, this value this value. Yes, these are all invalid values. But in a weak robust class, it also allows invalid values. Yes, students, understood? Understood? अर्थ आयता? Respond. Any doubt? Any doubt, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Next we
No,
have
ma'am.
strong, robust equivalence class testing, students. Next we have strong, robust equivalence class testing. Yes, students, that's strong, robust equivalence class testing. I'll do it in the next class. I'll do it in the next class. Yes, students, as I told in the last class, till today, whatever the topics I cover for your test, that will be there for your test, for your second test. Okay, students? Till today, whatever the topics I cover, that will be there for your test. Okay, students, I'll stop here. Any doubt? Any doubt? 3 types of equivalence classes we have seen. So any doubt? Students, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes, students, I'll stop here and see you in the next class.